Introduce yourself.
Okay, hello. Good evening from Sabah, Malaysia. I am Vienny Balakrishnan. I am a cosmetology teacher, and I am representing Keningau Vocational College, Sabah, Malaysia. So today I will be presenting our project on teachers and students feedback home-based learning. Okay. So from 2020 until 2021, schools in Malaysia have been closed several times, and home-based learning was introduced as an alternative where students receive tasks remotely from the teachers and attended visual classes. The purpose of this research was to interview students and teachers at our school about their experience during this home-based learning. Okay, next. Okay, during home-based learning, there was a trend where students' engagement in remote or online learning declined very quickly after several weeks. And this was a huge concern for school, including ours. Okay, next. Okay, our objective was to mainly use semi-structured interview to gather information from teachers and students through Google Meet, which is a virtual platform that Malaysian public school often use for online classes and meeting. Okay, next. So we interviewed 19 students and 40 teachers. Okay, next. Okay, there are two terms that I should define first, which is asynchronous learning and synchronous learning. Asynchronous learning is a form of learning where students learn independently at their own pace and communication with the teachers and other students is not live. These are like recorded presentation, email exchange, social media groups, and cloud-based collaborative documents. Synchronous learning, on the other hand, is a form of learning that takes place in real time, in which the student interact with the teachers and other students on a scheduled learning in a way that is live. This type of learning has a fixed start time and end time. And these are like live chatting, live stream lectures, and like what we are doing now through Zoom conference exemplifies synchronous learning. Okay, next. Okay, let's move on to finding. Okay. Firstly, what we found out from this project is that students prefer the combination of synchronous learning and asynchronous learning, since each has its own advantage and it offers a wide range of activities if both are being used. Okay, next. Okay. Secondly, we also found out that majority of the students preferred Google Meet as the means to connect with their teachers and their peers, since it allowed them to have two-way of interaction, although they might experience some difficulties like poor internet connection and lack of proper gadget. Okay, next. We also found out that students always wanted teacher support during classes, like giving them guidance and responding to their question. Okay, next. Teachers also need to formulate the instruction properly so the students can clearly understand them. Okay, next. We also found out that students, they felt there are too many assignments at times, and they felt like they did not get enough guidance from their teachers. Okay, next. And lastly, we also found out that many of our students might experience minor stress or signs of depression during this period. Hence, teacher needs to attentive to the student's socio-emotional well-being. Okay, next. Okay, let's move on to discussion. So firstly, what we can deduce is that teachers need to find ways to balance the two styles, which is synchronous and asynchronous learning in their teaching approach. Okay, next. It is extremely important to get students to express their thoughts and feelings during home-based learning, and therefore student talks need to be more emphasized. Okay, next. Teacher also must create a safe environment where everyone feels comfortable to speak, especially the quiet ones, since some students who often quiet in physical classes spoke a lot on visual classes. Okay, next. And as a teacher, we must listen to the students and try to understand their socio-emotional needs. Okay, next. And we also, teacher also need to understand how their speaking style, their approach, and their choice of word influence their classroom, and therefore teacher talks is another issue that needs to be looked into in order to improve how teachers communicate with their students in classroom. Okay, next. And teacher also clearly need to train themselves to deliver a more effective instruction in the classroom. Okay, next. Teacher also should be considerate when it comes to giving assignment or homework to student, so the student won't feel overwhelmed. And lastly, school need to take enough measures to tackle the issue that student and teacher experience during home-based learning, since it reflects the school overall approach and capability to deliver the education of great quality. Okay, next. So what we can conclude from this project is that particularly the teachers, the parents, the students, and the school administration and the community need to play their roles in ensuring home-based learning can be conducted effectively. This is important since home-based learning is a new normal practice across the globe, and it is likely to stay even if this pandemic is over. Thank you for listening, and that's all from me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Balakrishnan.
Thank you.
I think you are from Malaysia,
Yeah.
as far as I hear you. Both Idek and you, okay?